Alright guys, you ready for another one? Found on the side of a house. Hasn't been started in years. Who knows? 1979 custom 100 long bed 318 automatic column shift, of course. Big bad 8 1/4 rear. California license plates. This thing probably hasn't seen California since 1979. Beautiful yellow paint job from like a school or an old utilities company or something. Spruced up with the Carolina blue on top of that. Daughter threw away the keys in the dumpster. Now it won't even go out of park, and the steering wheel's locked up. Think we could get it running and driving? We'll find out. I may have to have you do the winch so I could push on the back tires. I can see they're starting to slide like this. Man, no keys, won't go into neutral obviously, and the steering wheel is locked, so this is a bonus. But ZR, what is it, ZXR 12,000 Harbor Freight, man, she's screaming, but she's gonna get it. He's gonna kick and scream, but I gotta get it close to the shop so I could start. We'll do the walk around, and then I could go ahead and clean the inside, because you guys know I don't like working on these things all nasty. And then I'll do a little pressure wash on it and see, I'll get the mildew and all the nastiness off. So it's been raining all day. We're just gonna see if this truck will pull it without. I know the truck will pull it, but sometimes it just wants to sit there and spin tires. So we'll see what happens. Alright guys, you ready for the magic? Oh. So, All Ridge 318 AC truck, original air cleaner, and only thing I gotta do is throw a battery on it. So, it shouldn't be too painful. See the oil. Hasn't had an oil change in forever. Oh, it freaking smells too. I'm not tasting that crap. Let me show you the inside here. So we'll clean all this off. Got lots of nice rust in it. So just your regular custom 100. I love the dashes on these things. They always reminds me of that red truck. If you guys seen in the videos, I had a little D10 that little short bed with the 400 in it. That thing was pretty nasty. But this thing is about the same exact thing. So, but as you can see, no key. The seat looks like we're low riding, I guess. Sure, I might need to be slid back, but it sure is leaning back a little bit. Holes in the floor, that's a bonus. And the mirror, there really isn't a lot in here, guys. Like I thought, you know, when I clean these out, usually we always find good stuff. Nice little crescent wrench, extra belt. We got the baby wipes. Oh, it's string. Sweet. Always gotta have that. We got a nice saw blade. Oh. We got the chalk block. Must not have no good parking brake. Oh shit! I broke that. What the heck is that? That looks like an old shifter boot. And this is the second quart of automatic transmission fluid I found in this truck. So that tells you something. It's probably leaking. So anyway, that's it. If you look at the bed back here, it's pretty rusted. Got holes up in the top. It had a bunch of shingles in the back. I cleaned that out the other day. It had a bunch of like a picnic table back here and stuff like that. So other than that, I tried getting this on. Look at this, thing's roasted. This tailgate. And so it won't go on because this bumper's bent. It's all good though. It's a hot rod. It's a hot rod. Let me give it a sniff test. Oh yeah. Doesn't sound like there's a lot of fuel in here, so sometimes you might be able to luck out, but we'll see how big of a pain in the butt it's going to be to drop the tank. You see this beauty right here? He freaking taped up all the wires. They look like they're going to the right colors though, so I might just... Actually, as long as they're making a connection right now, I don't even think I'm going to mess with it. But I'm going to have to pull this column apart, get down into this area so I could get that tumbler out of there. And we'll see if we can't get her into neutral. Just so you guys know, I'm not BSing you. Jaden and I drug this thing up, and luckily it went straight up onto the trailer. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Oh, it opens today. Nice. All right, so that's it. 79. Let's start cleaning her, and let's get her pressure washed and get her into the shop. All right, so we're doing a little bit of cleaning on the 79. One of the reasons why I like to clean them first before I really start getting down and dirty with them is it's like a butt sniffing sort of thing. You're trying to feel out what has happened to this truck, why it was parked, some of the things that were done to it. And then when you start troubleshooting, you kind of can go back and go, wait, I remember seeing that wire hanging. Wait, I remember seeing, you know, this under the dash just dangling in the wind. That really helps in the beginning stages when you start trying to get these things running and driving and they haven't been started in Lord knows how long. But also, you know, obviously I don't like working on them nasty like anybody else. But anyway, first problem I already see, well, first thing is I was cleaning out the glove box. Nothing good, of course. But I went over to the little fuse panel and just gave it a little peeky. And right here, look. Freaking bubblegum, cellophane. No, it's the old tin foil right on the fuse right there. So that's just something. It probably works too. You know, that's old school trick. But, you know, just something that you want to change out when you start getting it going and getting ready for burnouts. So we are going to continue. Tell you what, I don't mind a little bit of paint blowing off here and there, but this whole damn paint job's about to blow off. Must have been Earl Shive back in the day or something. I never seen anything this crazy. Don't ever open that again. Alright, so I exposed this beautiful, I don't even know what you call it, taxi cab yellow with some blue Carolina blue highlights. Lesson learned, guys. Do not, if you see the paint start flaking off when you're pressure washing these old trucks or whatever, cars, do not continue, because nothing but drama. It got all over my grass. Now I'm hoping my mower will take care of that. And two, you try to keep on going and it doesn't stop. It just keeps on, you know, flaking out really bad. And do not do that. All right, so we got her all dragged in, and I gotta get this window down. I cannot take it without this window being down. So I'm just kind of lubing up the inside. Kind of going back and forth, just a little bit at a time, and just hoping for the best. Ended up getting the window, man. Look at this thing, rolls up good. Roll it down. Yeah. And all you gotta do is give it one of those. Perfect. Onto the steering column. All right, so here we go. Yanking the steering wheel off. Make sure you guys take pictures, because you're gonna think you're gonna remember how everything went back, and you're not. I do it all the time. Little steering wheel puller right from the auto parts stores, like 15 bucks, whatever. And I've used this thing, I don't know, a dozen times probably on different Mopar steering wheels. So they work great. It comes right off. These Mopar ones usually, yeah, there's a little notch. So you just got to make sure you put the steering wheel back on the notch. Don't try to force it down on this little gear thing right here, and you should be golden. All right, next we're gonna pull the guts out. We're gonna pull that. Hopefully you got enough slack right here. You'll pull the wires up. This piece here is another one got to come off, and then you could get into the to the cylinder right there and unlock this thing. I had to yank this truck in the same way as as you guys seen me pull it out into the yard. In the yard, I should say. And I got it so dang close to my toolbox, I can't even get into my toolbox. I gotta open the door, close the door, open the drawer to the toolbox, close the toolbox, open the door. Just a freaking nightmare. All good though. So you got these. Snap a little picture so you don't forget. See, don't forget this little one for your turn signal. Pull out your signal arm. Now you can pull. Oh, don't forget this. Got plenty of slack, which is a good thing. Usually with cars, man, if you don't undo it down at the bottom, you have no slack to even pull this up out of the column itself. And then it's real tight, and you feel like you're gonna break the wires. But this one has plenty of slack. It's probably not even plugged in. I don't know, we'll see. We haven't got that far yet. Okay. This right here is where it gets everybody. I'll show you. Right down here is a little lock, I forgot what those things are called. Those little lock washer sort of things where you need the pliers. You pull that out and then this piece will come out. I know there's times when you try to pry this apart and it won't happen. You'll sit there and jimmy it up. This is cast aluminum, so you'll break that. So we're gonna get this little locking. Man, I forget what those things are called. You guys comment, let me know. But I know I got a box of them over in my toolbox, and I could just look to see what they are. But anyway, we're gonna pull that off, get this piece off, and we should be getting down in there where we need to be. Oh, the keys. Oh, here we go. So pull that off. It's been a while since I did one. I'm thinking somebody's been into this because everything's super easy to get off. Oh, man. Come on, baby. Oh, yes. Holy crap. That took about everything I had right there. And that's how you do it. Make sure you guys push that little pin in, otherwise you'll be pulling your hair out trying to figure it out. And that, my friend, is how you steal a Mopar, right there. Put your key in there and fire right up. Easier ways though, jump the relay, start a relay, jump all this, and that's always easier too. But we're trying to do it right so I could have a key on there, and I'm still trying to figure out why. Usually, there she goes. All right. So now when you put your tumbler in though, you just gotta make sure you got it back in park, and that's all the way down. So otherwise you're locked. So this is pretending like the key's in it. Was there reverse, neutral? There you go. So your key's on right now. And now we can roll this bad boy. Pain in the butt. All right, now that we could at least put this thing in neutral, I'm gonna put it in neutral. And then let's roll it back just a little bit, just so it's not all up in my mix here. And what I want to do is just try to crank it over with the through the column instead of using, I mean, I could get my trigger on here and just put it on the relay all day long, but I want to see if there's power going all the way through the column, back down into the, the relay, and then see if it'll start like that. So let's throw it in neutral, let's push it back a little. Let me go ahead and hook this battery up. Oh, here we go. Another one using a red cable for a negative, for a grounding wire. So you just gotta always be careful when you do that, because your first instincts are gonna be like, oh, throw it on the positive. And of course that's a negative grounding wire, so. Let me turn my battery around now. Well, there's no love on that. So we get out the trusty trigger. So now we're gonna play the game. which is fine. I always do the dance with these old cars anyway, so whatever. Alright. So at least we know she ain't locked up. I smell gas flowing in there. Alright, so we need to stop. Let's since I don't have no key tumbler yet, probably the next best thing to do would be to put it up on in the air, see how bad that gas tank's gonna be to get out, and see if it's in decent condition. Or do we have to use my trusty old boat tank, or what? I think that tank will be fine, but I need to get this up in the air and really get a look of the underneath and see what we're working with here. So I'm gonna disconnect this battery and then let's go ahead and get it on the lift. All right, so we got her up. Disc brakes, that's always nice. Not really. Kind of a pain in the butt because usually the calipers are always bad and I gotta get new calipers and everything, but we'll see. Cab is a little rough on this one. I knew it had holes in the floor, but you could, when it's up in the air now, you could really see all your soft spots. Frame rail's legit, which of course I pretty much knew wouldn't be bad, but just the whole cab is just kind of rough underneath. Not bad right here. But that's okay though. Like I said, it's just a beater truck. No big deal. And we're just here to see if we can get running and driving. We're not here to win any shows by any means. So, tank. Plastic tank. I'm going to go ahead and drop it. I'm going to see if I can't just get it running off the tank. It just makes it a little bit easier and I ain't got to deal with... I say it's easier, but I don't know. We'll see. If it looks like it's going to be drama, I'll just throw it back up there and run it off the boat tank. But plastic tanks are real easy to clean, and we'll just see how hard it is to get it down. Alright, so got the tank dropped. I probably could have got away with just putting a bunch of Supreme in this thing and just running it the way it is. It didn't have that much fuel in it. Maybe like a half a gallon, I'm trying to think, but it was all varnished out. I could still smell it. So we rinsed out the tank. I'm gonna blow it out and then I'm gonna wipe this all down. But what I did find is, of course, another culprit that always goes bad in these old cars is the sending unit. So it's pretty much toast. The screen's missing. The little float is long gone. It's probably in there somewhere. I didn't see nothing come out of it, but I did see some screen remnants. So ordered that. You know, that's going to take another 3 days to get here. But we still got plenty of stuff to do. So I'm just going to wipe this down. Just kind of let it air out. And look what I went and got today. The new key cylinder. So we could definitely put that back in. Put the steering wheel and all that stuff back on. And plug the battery back up again. And see if it's going to get power. Which I don't think it is. But I haven't really started troubleshooting under the dash yet. Because, you know, these Mopars, they all got wiring harnesses that plug in. So I'm just going to, hopefully, maybe it's unplugged. Who knows? I don't know if I'll get that lucky. But we can at least get this done, and there's plenty of other stuff we can do while we wait to get this fuel tank back up into the truck. All right, here we go. All right, obviously we know the key cylinder goes in first. I always like to just throw just a little bit of grease on this thing, just because the parts are going to constantly be turning together. And it lets it slide in a little bit better when you lube it up. So anyway, let's let's see what we could do here. So we're in neutral now. Don't quote me on if you could put it in park or not. I don't remember. Just make sure you push that little pin in. It should slide in. Keyword being should. Don't force it. Let's see, where's that little notch at here? Oh yeah. Don't force it. I'm pushing on it like crazy. Alright, so everything went in good there. There we go. Go run through your gears real quick. Make sure everything feels normal. Goes into... So you can see how it grabs it. This little piece here grabs that arm, and that's what engages this mechanism down to your wires that go through the firewall and then grab your starter relay and all that stuff. So if you remember back in the, you always see these old schoolers, man, they'll get this out somehow, probably bust it out, and you could stick your finger in here and push that up, and you could go ahead and start your car if you don't want to, you know, if that's the way you got to do it back in the days. So anyway, we are good with that. I'm comfortable with it. I'm just going to start putting everything back together, get the steering wheel on, and then we'll see, follow these wires up under the dash and see why there isn't getting no power to that starter relay. All right, here we go. All right, guys, so steering column's back in. All the guts anyway, basically the key cylinder is what I'm trying to say here. And, you know, you guys can do that as well. Just, I've been into them probably about, I don't know, half dozen times maybe, and a lot of the Mopar I have around here. But it can be stressful, I understand, trying to figure out what makes that little tumbler come out without having to get screwdrivers and start beating it out and all that stuff. If you just take your time, take a couple pictures here and there, like I do, and just kind of, just take a couple screws out at a time, kind of look, see what you're doing. And it's always that little button on the cylinder. You just push that little button in, and that thing will slide right back out. You may have to play with it, kind of jiggle it around a little bit, but you guys can do it, all right? So if you ever have any questions about doing a column or anything like that, I'll answer them the best I can. Just email me. My email's in the description box below. I try to always put that down there for you guys. But I should do a class one day on how to do this, like step by step, for people that are trying to do key tumblers or key cylinders for the first time. But maybe one day we'll do that. But until now, here you go. So she's all back in, she's in lock. Let's see, put the key on, put it right down in the drive. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put it in neutral. Don't lock it, don't turn back. Throw it in park, turns back, pull the key out, put the key back in. You got accessories, and there you go. So, oh, and then you got start as well. So we're gonna get on the dash next, and we'll see what's up with this power situation. All right, so I redid some of the wires in the engine compartment. I came down underneath the dash like we were talking about, seeing if those plugs were plugged into the steering column. And let's see, nothing was out of the ordinary under there. Just kind of, he had everything kind of spliced together and twisted together with electrical tape. I went over and redid those real nice. I didn't try the key yet because I'm hoping I could do it, and I'm hoping we got it. But look what I found here. Not even connected. Look at, that's getting stretched out by the sheathing, not even the wire. So this went right from the battery onto the terminal let's see. No, you got your battery connector onto the big lug on one of those little, it's kind of like the contactor box. And then this ran up into the firewall, which powers up all the dash and all that stuff. Goes up to the steering column. So I'm hoping this is it. We will see. So, if not, we will continue. Nope. You know what helps when you do this in front of the camera? Having the battery power on the positive side hooked up, because I disconnected it to do all these wires. So let's try again. It may work, may not. I didn't try it yet. I'm doing it right for the camera for you guys. So let's see. Yes! Right off the key, man. And I even got fasten seatbelt. Can you see that? Oh no, went off. And I got oil light. See if I got headlights. Yes, headlights. You know what I did want to see though, because he had this rigged up on the side for horn. Sorry guys, this cameraman just goes off by itself. So he put this on the side, you know, your average horn button that all these old schoolers do when they're having problems with the wiring. It just kind of bypasses everything, and it worked fine. Here's the wire for it, but since I got everything back in the column and kind of spliced in really nice, I just want to see if I could get lucky. I don't think I'm gonna get lucky on this, but so there's probably a wire in the firewall or something, which is fine. I'm just gonna hook this little button back up, and we'll have a horn. So, but man, high beams even work. Okay, signal jack. So I'm almost thinking, man, that's why I love old cars, guys, because they're just, you get so lucky, and sometimes you could just, you know, make them come back alive again, just for stupid stuff like this, you know. But anyway, I'm almost wondering if this will give it, just because I fixed all this, if I could get some power to the coil and see, headlights are on, and see if it's getting spark. And if it's getting spark, man, we could dump gas right down the throat and see if she'll fire, because I obviously don't have my tank in yet, but I could run my little my boat tank, just run a long old hose all the way to the fuel pump. So we could try that, and we'll see if we can't get this bad boy to pop off. Alright, so we got spark coming out of the coil. We are almost there, guys. All we need now is some gas. And I didn't think I was even getting no spark because that box, and I tell you what, I ordered the whole system, because that's always something that goes wrong. I jumped the gun. I knew I shouldn't have done that. And so why I didn't think it had any spark, because one of the guys that follows me, who's kind of like a younger hot rodder, he lives right up the street, and he's right across the street from this truck. And when the older gentleman, before he passed away, when it was parked, because like I said, I've been here 5 years. This truck has been sitting in that guy's driveway ever since I seen it 5 years ago. Hard telling how long he's had it parked before that. I think it's probably sat about 10, is what I'm Just the way I'm looking at it and the way, you know, you can see how much grass is growing up in it and stuff. It's the way the tires sit, you know, and underneath it when you pull the truck out, you could just see that. I don't know. I'm just thinking about 10 years maybe. Just guessing. But he texted me and said he tried helping the old man start this thing and he didn't have no spark. So I was like, well, thinking, okay, you know, the usual electronic, Mopar electronic ignition. And turns out it was that wire the whole time, because now I got good spark. So if we got spark, that's just from the coil. I didn't push it through the distributor yet. I might pull a plug, just make sure it's going all the way down into the cylinders, because you just don't know, but I'm sure it's fine. Anyway, we will pull the gas line and I'll run my boat tank to it, and we'll see if it'll pump gas out that big bad thermoquad. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah. Oh man, that's a weak spark. It's a spark, but man, that's... Man, I don't know. It's got spark though. Now that I turn the key on, I smell gas, but I got the line disconnected. Let's see what she's gonna do. I don't think it's gonna fire at that weak a spark, but who knows, man. It's a 318, they run forever. That is one nice thing about 318, man. Those things just, they run. Alright, let me go get some fuel and then we'll dump some fuel down it and see what she'll do. Alright, so let's just dump a little bit. Let me check this radiator. Yeah, it's dry. I need to throw some water in this thing. But let's just dump a little bit down the throat and just see what she would do. Well, there she went. See if she'll pull some gas. Sounded real nice and quiet too. Let's just prime her up a little bit. Man, sounds good too. I just need to lube up the linkages on the thermoquad a little bit. It's kind of sticky. And holy crap, man, I didn't know it could be that easy. Lifters are ticking a little bit, gotta get that oil flowing. think I got a couple vacuum leaks. Some of them lines to that old carburetor, the thermoquad. God, they look horrible. They're so brittle. So that might be why it's running, because I got the screw turned all the way out on it. But hey man, you can't ask for better, you know. Got it running and driving. Who knows how long it's out. And let me turn this water on. Alright, let's go take this thing and throw away some scrap down at my buddy's place. I've only had one complaint about it so far. I mean, obviously it's a little sluggish because of that carburetor, but I think the brakes go to the floor. They stop, but they go to the floor, which kind of sucks. We'll just take it easy. Make sure we, don't hit nothing. Yeah. Stop, baby. Yeah, just make sure we take it easy. Hope I don't blow no tire. But straight scrap truck, that's about what it'd be good for in my opinion. If it hasn't been raining so bad, I'd forget dirt tracking. I like dirt tracking. These old ones are just fun, man. They just have such a great time ripping them around. On my buddy's place, man, when it starts raining, you're not even having fun in the dirt track because you just sit there and slang mud all over the place. As you can see, as you know, in that freaking what video did I do? Oh, that cougar video, slanging freaking mud all over. It wasn't dry enough. Carburetor. What's up, man? I know. I'm sorry, this truck. Almost got my butt chewed right there. My neighbor, somebody was throwing scrap and left through a refrigerator with all the food still left in it, and he don't know this truck obviously, and he's like, he was about to chew my butt. It's all good, I know. That's what I feel like. Oh, why it's so dang shaky? Oh yeah, it gets first. Yeah. Get it. Yeah. locking up now. You ain't gonna kill no 318, but you'll kill everything around it. No doubt about that. Be easy on her. Woo! Oh man, I'm tearing up my freaking dress. Man, she did good. She needs a little love, but obviously she's been sitting forever, so I can't complain. And great little ride. Great little ride for what it is, you know. Like I said, it's just an old beater D-100, man. So it'd be better if she was a big 4-speed truck with a big granny low, but it's all good. Can't get them all. So here we go, 1979 custom 100, runs and drives, needs lots of love. I still got the gas tank out of it, waiting on a sending unit. Hasn't ran in who knows how long. I'm thinking 10 years. But don't quote me on that one. And you know, 318s, man, as long as they could turn over, those things run for days, man. Those are almost in the 6-cylinder category. They just love running. But it is what it is. It was a nice Carolina blue, now it turned back to its dehydrated PP yellow, and it wanted to be what it wanted to be, so we just let it roll with it. So listen guys, you like what I do, man? You like you know, pulling these old ones from who knows where, usually out of backyards or in the woods. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave me a few comments. Let me know what you think. And I try to answer all my comments the best I can. Sometimes on a lot of those old videos I don't get to them as quick as like a newer video. If you guys want to talk, and don't forget, I got my my email in the description box. I check that all the time too. But until next time, I'm Brad, Poor Boy's Garage, and let them rip, not rot. Later. The line is overgrown.